Ooh, welcome back to the Arch Plays.
It's the Revenge of the Lolly voice.
It's the Revenge of the Lolly voice.
That's the Mickey Mouse voice.
Yep.
Okay, so what's the topic, yo?
So, but fucking hell, I hate this. No, fuck off.
You need to learn
Stop
how to do it.
No, stop it. Fuck off. God damn it. I hate you. Die.
You're not okay.
I'm not
You're
okay.
not okay. What time is it?
Okay, whatever. So, like...
It's 6 in the morning.
Yeah, it's 6 in the morning.
10 to 6, but yes.
Need to find a key. So, do you think you have encountered very many regional voice tics? Like southernisms? Or like things that are regional to places that you live that you didn't think about them being regional at the time?
I have. I've not really thought about a lot of them, but like how I say skull.
Yeah.
That's one of them, and I think ContraPoints kind of does it too a little bit.
Yeah, this is one that bothers me because I hate it when people say skull as skoal, SKOAL. Fuck you.
Yeah, because of your hate for it, I've been endeavoring not to do it, and it's to the point where I just released a video where I say bullying a lot, and it's just conscious of how I keep saying it. And it's just like, how am I supposed to say this fucking word? Just because bully. No. It's just so natural because I grew up in the Midwest. I never knew that room was a thing, but then as soon as I was aware of it, I heard Linkara doing it.
Yeah, that stuck out to me a lot, but I guess I might be more sensitive to stuff like that because I lived in different places for a while.
That, and you're also very aware of speech patterns. Oh shit, okay. See, if I were to try that, I would...
Well, some of that is from being in, like, the kinds of marketplaces that I've been at, because for a lot of them, the southern accent has an air of trustworthiness, where people just assume that you're a good person because you have a southern accent.
You're a good old boy.
Yeah, but if you go to a similar kind of place in Wisconsin, now all of a sudden, having a southern accent makes you evil. And so you have to, yeah.
Why is that?
Not evil exactly, but you're considered to be not from here, and it doesn't seem to them like a normal thing, like a trustworthy thing, and they don't really want you to do it.
So where is it that a southern accent is viewed as trustworthy?
Generally, it's lower economic spaces. Like, what I was surprised about was that in Chicago-ish, like, we're an hour north of Chicago, so it's more north.
You're thinking like Palatine.
Yeah, like in that area.
Hour and a half north.
Whatever.
I rode the train. I know this shit.
Yeah, okay. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, like the Palatine area, if you guys know.
Should I be killing this guy?
Okay, so yeah. So in north of Chicago, it was viewed as trustworthy?
Weirdly, yes, but only in the flea market that I was at, because it was a lower economic space that trafficked in a lot of Mexican immigrants. And you would not think that those would go together, but a lot of the people who came by that place were from rural spaces and would talk with a little bit of that southern drawl, but not enough that you would notice it unless you were super tuned into it. You know, like somebody who lived in Texas for 5 years.
Yeah. So it was kind of a sense of my own kind?
Not... That's the impression you're trying to give them, yes. You're trying to mimic their patterns.
Yeah.
So if they do, like... I would have a hard time in New York because the New Yorkisms sound like Southernisms. Or sound like California-isms. New York and California sound more like each other than they do like any of the in-between spaces. But it's only the, like, like Long Islanders, because New York, like the hood New York, sounds way different than like L.A.
Oh, look, Luigi. I've gotta say though, with like the southern accent, if I hear it like at work or something,
Mm-hmm.
I immediately think of the South and regressive conservatives, so it's not necessarily a positive thing for me. Then again, that might just, I recognize, I'm like thinking on stereotypes, but yeah.
I mean,
That's just where my thoughts seem to go.
in general, you're not wrong, because a lot of the people who are against that kind of mindset also try to be against the voice.
The voice? What do you mean?
Like being anti-accent as well. Like if they're against the mindset, they'll also try to avoid doing the accent themselves so that they don't accidentally broadcast an idea that they don't want.
I see. Yeah, that kind of describes me a little bit. It's not so much that I'm trying to avoid doing the voice because of like the idea that it brings, although a little bit of that, but it's more that if I'm designing my personal aesthetic, I don't speak with a southern drawl.
Mm-hmm.
I'll speak more in the way that a northern Illinoisan would.
But how do you even know what somebody from Northern Illinois is supposed to sound like? Because television has made us all talk the same.
A bit, yeah. I've noticed that, like Northern Illinois folk, they don't have that bit of Southern twang that Indiana does, but Southern Illinois does.
Indiana is the South.
Yeah, but so is Southern Illinois.
Interesting.
Like I sometimes get people at the hotel who come from Southern Illinois, like south of Peoria or that area, and they'll speak with a bit of a Southern twang. Like as if they were like from Indiana.
Yeah. That's interesting. Indiana also kind of... It's not just that it sounds like the South. It sounds like the South and the past. Like, have you ever... there was a lot of, like... The voice of America has changed. If you watch, like, old movies, probably because of... the influence of like John Wayne and stuff, and how once the Western genre of movies died, a lot of that stuff went away. Like, when's the last time you heard someone say golly?
Like for real?
Yeah.
I can't remember. The only thing I could think of is like Bye Bye Birdie. That was 1964.
And that's the sound of voice that I'm describing. But if you talk to old people or people from Indiana, or especially old people from Indiana, or especially old people from Indiana, that's what they sound like.
That's interesting. I've not noticed that. I know definitely old movies, they like at one point there was a sort of accent that you had to speak in for old movies. Like something that was it stood out.
Mm-hmm.
And you can definitely notice it in a lot of kids when they speak in old movies.
Yep.
That's... I gotta say though, y'all as a term is super useful.
Yeah, y'all as a word ought to exist and is a good word.
Well, it does exist.
Yes, it does.
So what do you like about it?
There isn't... Okay. You and you all, or the mass noun for you but not me, like, it's like you but plural. That's what I like about it.
I've got to say also, having grown up in northern Illinois, I did not know that there were different kinds of southern ways of speaking.
Yeah, there's lots.
Like, you explained how, as you get further south, like, it gets a lot slower.
It does slow down quite a lot. I think the slowest speaking place I've ever been to was Louisiana.
Oh, really?
But only certain areas of Louisiana.
I don't think I've ever been to Louisiana.
We went there for not Mardi Gras, but something like Mardi Gras, but with less tits, because I was like 10.
Yeah, fair enough.
But because I was 10 in the year 2000,
Been to the year 2000. Okay, okay.
there were lots of, or just in general for those kinds of places, a lot of the merchandise, like the kitschy merch shops, all had like shirts with large-breasted women scantily clad on them.
Oh shit.
So I like, despite not seeing any nipples, not any human three-dimensional
You weren't
nipples,
necessarily missing out on anything.
Right. I was drowning in tits anyway.
Yeah. Shit, man. Jeez. Oh, hey, it's a Rock Mario level.
Yeah.
I like this. Ooh. Nice.
Bam.
Huh. I don't, like, part of me wants to go to places like Louisiana out of curiosity, you know, for like Mardi Gras.
Mm-hmm.
But
people would be constantly yelling at you to show your tits.
oh, really?
Yeah. During Mardi Gras, yes, absolutely.
Oh, I had no idea. See, my perception of Mardi Gras is just colorful beads and, you know, candy and shit.
Do you know what those beads are for?
I used to know.
They give you the beads as a reward for showing your tits.
What?
That's what they're for.
Oh my god. No, I guess I
That's
can't.
the only thing anyone anywhere knows about Mardi Gras. How do you not know that?
Because I learned about Mardi Gras in terms of, like, French Louisiana culture.
Oh, you learned the actual meaning, not
Yeah.
the reason that anybody cares. Like, why do you think it's during spring break?
I didn't know it was during spring break. I just knew that, hey, it takes place in March and Mardi Gras, real
Yeah,
reasons. No, my gosh.
it is spring break for collegiates.
Yeah.
Where the fuck did that word come from? It's yeah.
Collegiates. Collegics.
Anyway,
Oh, shit.
it is spring break for people, and they want to go places and have lots of drunk sex
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
show tits and see tits.
So I guess we're not going to Mardi Gras.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like your kind of
Oh,
thing.
what's over there?
Oh, like over in that corner?
Yeah.
Probably nothing, but let's find out anyway.
Like, there's a path, though. Okay, maybe not. I don't know why it's so specially marked if it's nothing. Huh. Ooh. Oh, that was dangerous.
I'm so amused that you didn't know that.
It's... I don't know what to say. Like, my perception of it is shattered. Well, at least now I have no reason to visit Louisiana except for just French culture, French American culture.
Like, if you were curious about Cajun things, that's the place to go.
Yeah. Damn. Okay. Well,
We also tried, like, there was this guy who we saw on the street in Louisiana who was like a street not musician, a street magician,
oh.
but he was really bad at it. Like, he was like, I'm gonna shuffle this deck, and you're gonna tell me when to stop taking cards off the top. And I'm like, okay. And I wait, and he doesn't shuffle the deck, and he's waiting, and he's like, go ahead and say stop anytime, go ahead.
Oh shit. That's bullshit.
Oh, okay, so he's just bad at this.
I see. Wow.
Right?
I didn't see that coming. I was gonna be like, okay, wait, what?
Uh-huh.
That's interesting. Man.
Well, this is cool.
As I think about it, I don't really have any reason to visit to, like, southern U.S. Like, Grand Canyon, that might be something nice to see, but it's fucking hot out, and Grand Canyon dangerous.
It
like,
is a
no
much-
guardrails.
No guardrails, but it's a much nicer kind of hot. Like when I was in Arizona, it was so much easier being in Arizona because when you sweat, it evaporates immediately.
Yeah, no, I just hate the heat in general, though.
Another thing that's kind of like...
Oh, there's something behind there.
Yeah, there's something behind there. I'm still exploring this territory, though. Another thing that's cool about Arizona is that you can make toast by just leaving bread out.
But yeah, but carbs.
Yeah, I know that now, but I was like 12.
Yeah, true.
No, I was 11. I was exactly 11 because it was the summer of 2001 and we went to Arizona and then my lips chapped and they never fucking healed.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
My lips have been chapped since 2001. Think about that.
Yeah.
In fact, if you're listening to this in the distant future, my lips are probably still chapped. Hit me up on Twitter at TarbuckTransom to find out. Spoilers, yes they are.
Man. Yeah, Arizona, I guess that'd be an interesting place to visit, but yeah, I don't really... There's not a lot of places up north I have interest in visiting either, like...
I'd like to go to Montana sometime. That seems cool.
Why Montana?
Because I know nothing about it.
Ooh, that was scary. But
Yeah.
I like how they were leading you into jumping into the void, though. That was kind of cool. Damn, son.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
This feels pretty cool. This feels like Silent Hill, actually.
Where would I like to go?
Silent Hill? I'd
No.
like to go to Maine. That seems cool.
I went to Maine as a little kid. It was interesting. Like, we saw a triple rainbow. And also, like, the power went out and we couldn't get into our cabin, so that kind of sucked. And we waited in the car for hours. It was fine for us kids, though, because we had movies, but, you know, it still got boring. I remember it being nice though, because so we had this timeshare thing, and so my parents, they went to go talk to the timeshare people about shit, and usually we'd have to go with them and, you know, be bored just looking at shit. But they had something nice to where, like, they would entertain us kids while the parents went and did their own thing, so we weren't just walking around looking at these resorts.
That's an unexpected degree of empathy for children.
It was nice, and I remember really liking it for that reason.
By the way, I listened recently to the not Chibibakas, the Ghibli cast talking about Only Yesterday, and I totally agree with Devu about the lack of empathy for kids and stuff.
Oh, I've not watched it. Mainly because I haven't seen the movie in general, so I'm not going to watch it till then.
Alright, so, do you remember going to the grocery store as a kid?
Yeah.
Where you were basically, hey, let's wander around this big space, just slowly following behind your parents for like an hour and a half. There's nothing to do here except like stare at a wall. There's a reason that kids in supermarkets and stuff are insufferable shitheads.
Yeah. Because it's just boring. Like,
Yeah.
all the things you want to look at aren't what's in front of you.
When's the last time you were bored for a full hour?
I don't know, because I take pains to not be bored these days. Like, I even find, like, some interesting things even when I'm just boringly scrolling Reddit. Like, it's not really things that are enriching my life, but it's still doing something.
Yeah. There's always stuff now. And kids get bored in supermarkets.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I remember shopping tending to be rather like, you know, it's nice to look at things type deal, but it was never the greatest because, one, I couldn't afford anything, but even then I couldn't really look at the things I wanted to look at. It was always, just, be by mom.
Yep. And when you're an adult in a grocery store, you have stuff to do.
Yeah.
It's an actual activity that means something for you.
It's not like I'm saying, people shouldn't bring your kids to grocery stores
I'm
or
saying
something.
that.
Well, like, it's not always viable to, like, get someone to look after them or babysit. Like, sometimes you're just kind of stuck with your kid, but you still have shit to do.
Oh no. It's kind of like certain people who shouldn't own a dog. Yeah, I know, we didn't wind up doing that episode topic, and I don't want to.
No,
I
I'm
don't want to still.
Well, I'm not talking about that, but more just like, sometimes shit happens, I guess.
Kid happens.
Not so much like that, but what if your financial like situation changes? I mean, a lot can happen in 18 years.
Mm-hmm. That's true. I'm not unsympathetic to that.
Bye,
Oh, they
Yoshi.
killed my Yoshi.
Yep. Fucking
Alright.
sucks, doesn't it?
Goodbye.
Oh, and then you killed him.
I got you back.
Alright, wanna go on to the next topic and next episode?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's pause this because I gotta go to the bathroom again. That's what happens when you drink a lot of soda. Don't be like me, kids. Don't grow up to be me. Please don't grow up to be me.
We wound up talking about... This was supposed to be about, like, accents and regions and stuff, and
Yeah.
it
Well, we
wound up
talked
being
about
about
it.
Mardi Gras tits.
Well, we did end up talking about it, and also...
I'm gonna call this episode Mardi Gras tits.
Okay, call it that, but we also ended up talking about accents and places where we don't want to visit.
Yeah.
Bye.